Has it ever popped into your mind, I wish there was some new music I like? Well, look no further, because we just got Doki Doki Morning? Wait, hold on guys, I'm getting a phone call. Yeah, so this is supposed to be a video about a game and not a song? I'm supposed to be talking about the game called Doki Doki Literature Club? How am I supposed to convince the viewers that it gets good? I mean, do you hear that name? And then I'm supposed to convince them that it's not a regular dating sim? Tell them that on the Steam page, one of the tags says psychological horror? Alright, I got you. If you clicked on this video without knowing what Doki Doki Literature Club is, let me explain. DDLC is a pretty obscure game made by Dan Salvato that has lots of fourth wall breaks and other cool elements that really gets you immersed. But if I say any more, then there would be no point of you watching this video. While I open this game though, give me a chance to tell you more. You know what? I think this is enough. Man, what am I getting myself into? Immediately they asked me to name my character. I thought about naming them a popular name in the community, but if you see my last video, you've seen exactly how that went. So we just went with flow. I clicked new game and the first thing that happened was an ambush from a childhood friend I used to know. Wait, this is my childhood friend? Why isn't she my wife, dude? This here is Sayori, my childhood friend. Actually, scratch that, my only friend. And if Temi was from a dating sim, this character would be her. She's talking about how she overslept again, but she caught up to us this time, which apparently isn't usually the case. But anyways, we walked to school together, and since it's a dating sim, the whole day fast forwarded until the end of the day. And coincidentally, Sayori just happened to walk into my classroom. Sayori invited him to come down to the club she's in, the Literature Club. She's also the vice president of the club, and I was being bribed because a clubmate made cupcakes for the occasion. I mean, how could I say no? I mean, shit, I'm in there like swimwear. Anyways, I arrived in the club room and I wasn't expecting anything, but then, oh my god. Forget what I said earlier. Sayori can stay my childhood friend. This girl is my wife. I'm getting ahead of myself. I haven't even learned her name. I already don't like you. Way to kill me. Shut your ass up. Other than those two, we also have another girl. I mean, this club is full of incredibly cute girls. Not my words, it's the characters. Though I might agree. This will be overwhelming, but fuck it. Triple introduction right now, let's go. This is Yuri, this is Natsuki, and this is Monica. Yuri is more timid and shy. Natsuki is a cutesy kawaii manga reader bitch, and Monica is just Monica. I ate Natsuki's cupcakes that she made, and apparently they were fire. Yuri made me tea as well, so to be fair, both Yuri and Natsuki have been top tier hostesses so far. And Monica is the president of the literature club, so I mean, I gotta put respect on her name too. We talked with Yuri about our book taste, and considering I'm apparently on the same boat as Natsuki, there was no competition that Yuri was a way better reader than me. After some time, we got into a conversation about writing, and Monica hears everything apparently, so she came over and said, "Hey guys, I'm Monica, and I want to throw you all out of your comfort zone, so every day write a poem and then share it to everyone in the club, cause I'm a bitch." Yeah, thanks Monica. Sayori liked the idea, so I kinda had to just roll with it. Anyways, with some mild peer pressure, we joined the club. And since there was no club activities today, we just went home. But now we gotta create a poem. We have to choose words that would best fit the character we want to romance. And from my previous actions, I believe you guys all know Yuri is mine. Considering she was timid and like intellectual and shit, I chose some long and meaningful words, and it worked out just as planned actually. The next day we went back to school, and again we skipped the whole day and went straight to the club room because, you know, it's a Dan Salvato game. But Monica greets us this time, happily as could be. We learn more about me and Sayori's close friendship. I'd always go to her house to hang out and often end up cleaning her room. But away from that, Yuri brought us a gift. She's oddly hesitant to give it to me, considering it was a book. But hey, that means she fucks with me, right? My bad. Yuri also bought the same book as I did, so we actually read it together, which is so hype. But she kept staring over at my book, so I moved my desk to hers and got real close. I mean real close. We barely read because we was chatting it up, and my character finds her attractive too, I think. So type shit to him? I don't know. But Monica, fucking Monica, interrupted my bonding time and wanted us to share our poems with each other. Fine, I guess I'll share my poem with Yuri first. Yuri said she actually thought my poem was good. Shocker, considering I made it for her. But then she showed me her poem and basically said she's 10 times better than me at anything I do, because her poem was fire. Also, if I read every poem in a game, this video would be like 3 hours long, so don't expect me to read it for you. Though if it is important to the story, I'll explain it briefly. I see Monica next, and her poem is pretty fire, but then she gave me a writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never progress. Just force yourself to write stuff down and tidy it up later. I seen Natsuki and her poem was short and simple, and she didn't fuck with mine at all. Then Sayori's poem talked about making breakfast, so I mean, that's all I really could have expected from her. And with everything done for the day, I walk home with Sayori and get back to the drawing board. But you guys probably already know how that went down. Day 3 of the literature club. It's been amazing so far. What could go wrong? I don't know if I'm tweaking, but is Yuri actually feeling me? Yuri and I went to make tea and read again, but this time I had chocolates. And considering we are still in the cringy part of this game, I fed her the chocolate. Like no, I actually put it in her mouth. She didn't even look away from the book. She was that locked in. I couldn't have wished for better. Like, this is my girl, bro. I'm so close to her too. Like, nothing could ruin this no, I was so locked in. No, Monica. Now we gotta share our poems again. Monica said, like, literally the same thing as yesterday, but her poem was a little odd. It was called Save Me, and at the end of her poem, it says Load Me, as in saving and loading the game. But maybe I missed something because nothing changed. But then she gave me a weird writing tip. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And then it just cuts off. Yeah, so we're just breaking the fourth wall now. Monica introduces yet another thing nobody wants to do. Putting together a room for the festival on Monday. With that being said, I went home with Sayori again, but she seemed sorta down this time. She asked us if Yuri asked to walk home with me, would I walk with Yuri instead or keep walking home with Sayori? And I mean, for once I had to be responsible and say I would still walk with her. And once again, I went home and wrote up another banger for Yuri. Monica was late again, and so was I this time. Wait, aren't we missing someone? We found Sayori in the back of the club room just staring blankly at her desk. She was spaced out again, which was weird, but she just waved me off saying she was okay and we worry about her too much. Monica said not to pay too much attention though. But it was poem sharing time, so we went to Yuri first. She went on a rant about books and shit, and then she was complimenting how I was always treating her so nice and didn't see her flaws. And she also let me keep her poem, so I mean, I pretty much bagged her at this point, And Sayori knew I was writing a poem for Yuri, and she said she was tired and left early today. Now it was time to decide who was doing what for the festival on Monday. We had the whole weekend to prepare, so let's choose our decision carefully. It was between all 4 girls. I chose Yuri though because her job seemed the hardest to do alone, and so Yuri asked me to not worry about her as much. We got Yuri's phone number and went home and got ready for Sunday when she came over. But on Sunday I decided to go to Sayori's house before me and Yuri's meetup time. We just walked in because that's what we always did as kids. She was holed up in her room. She was going on about how she hated herself for accidentally showing her feelings around us, making us worry about her. She was so uncharacteristic compared to her usual self. I asked her what was wrong, and she eventually told me that she had bad depression since she was young and has been hiding it from us. She goes on about the reason she's late for school always is because she can never find a reason to even get out of bed. I tell her that she should have told me what she was feeling and I would have tried making her days just a little better. You know, anything I could do to help, but that's not what she wanted. She just wanted us to not worry. Without another thought, we brought her in for a hug, but she wouldn't hug me back at first. But after a bit, she just gave in and hugged me back. But she told me that it also hurt so much that our hugs were so good. Of all days in the world, this is the day that I have another plan with another girl. We invited Sayori to come hang out with me and Yuri at my place while we work on decorations for the festival, but she said no. So with that said, we had no time and had to run back to our house. When we got back, Yuri was already standing outside my house looking finer than ever. I led her inside where we started making our decorations. She pulled out a pocket knife to do some cutting, but it wasn't a regular old pocket knife. This shit was beautiful. Apparently, because they didn't even want to show the person playing the game. But apparently she has a whole collection of knives at home, and she brings in a different one to school every day. She let me hold her knife, and without thinking, I tested how sharp the tip was, and I immediately got cut. And honestly, I can't even say this next part without my stomach turning, so I'm just gonna let you guys read this. Yeah, what? They did not need to add that extra detail about curling her tongue. That's weird. We fixed up the decorations as fast as possible, and even though I'm feeling her, I did not want to have her at my house after she sucked my finger. She's finally getting ready to leave, thank God. So I walk her to my front yard, and then for some reason, when she's about to leave, I say, wait. And I basically told her she's invited over whenever, and then she got a little closer to me. Wait, why are you stepping back to— oh shit. We asked Sayori why she came by, because she said she didn't even want to come over, but she told us that her imagination was being really mean to her. She was thinking about how much fun me and Yuri were having together, but then she started crying. mentioning that all that matters was that I was having fun and she's supposed to be happy for me, but instead it feels like her heart is splitting in half. Then she was wishing she wasn't even here to begin with, and at this point, dude, I'm somewhat emotional. Like, what do I even say to her, dude? I told her I know what she needs most right now, and that's what I'm going to give her. I wonder what that could mean though. Oh my god. How are they going to put this choice on me? This just is not right. With lots of thinking, I told her she would always be my dearest friend because lying saying I love her just wouldn't help her situation and I would most likely make things worse. She took it as a punishment though, but she knew I was right. But then she dropped to her knees and screamed. She gave me one last smile and ran away. So I was just left helplessly at my own house. And since the game didn't want to recognize my feelings, it just skipped to the next day. I got to school and Monica was the only one in the classroom. She asked where Sayori was and I said she wouldn't answer her phone. And then Monica said you should take more responsibility when it comes to her, especially after yesterday's exchange. You kind of left her hanging, you know? Which I was weirded out by, because how does she know about our exchange yesterday? I told her she doesn't know the full story, so just leave it alone please. And she low-key started pressing me, talking about she probably knows a lot more than I think she does. But we managed to switch topics by telling her that the pamphlets she designed were pretty good. And then I secretly flipped over which poem everyone was going to use. Everyone looked normal, except for Sayori's. That actually sent a chill down my spine. Like, what am I playing anymore? Sayori is so depressed. After reading that, I decided to go get Sayori and wake her up because that was just too scary to just let slide. We got to her house and once again, just let ourselves in because she was sleeping. But at that time, a file got added into the game files. It was an image of, I don't even know what. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori? You kind of left her hanging, you know? Goodness gracious, dude. I freaked out so bad, I tried loading a save file so I can try a different route, but her character file was missing. Apparently my save file was corrupt, so it started a new game. But then this happened. Oh my god. It was like the game was trying to run itself without Sayori's code and it just wasn't working properly. So the game reloads itself again and look at what's different this time. It says I always walk to school alone. They just completely removed Sayori's code. The game just forgot about her. I went to school as usual compared to the first version of the game, but at the end of the day when Sayori was supposed to coincidentally walk in, just Monica showed up, glitching the code. Now Monica is inviting me to the club because she only has 3 club members and needs 4 to make an officially funded club. So of course I walk in and the game is glitching like a bitch because of all the changes. Wait,
fuck, bro?
do you notice something different?
What the fuck?
If Sayori has completely cut out the code, how is a picture of her hanging herself in the room now? That's scary as shit. And after this, the game was sort of just moving and using the same script as last version, so I'm not going to talk about that stuff. But once I went home to write my first poem, I unlocked a special poem. A special poem? Oh. It was a poem that Natsuki made, and I mean I could deeply explain this whole poem, but again there's a reason this video isn't hours long. But I will say that this is about how Natsuki's dad abuses her and how their relationship has sort of gotten better, but it's still bare minimum. With that, we wrote an actual poem for Yuri, which was completely usual. And even while I'm editing this, don't bully, but I'm still jumping at the little glitches.
Oh my fucking god.
And then, if it couldn't get any crazier, Monica went in front of the text box, which makes no sense because she's a part of the game. How is she in front of the dialogue? But nevertheless, we are back to original script, where Yuri brought me a book. While the plot of the book changed drastically, it doesn't impact the story. But then like 30 seconds later, Yuri's talking and her voice like bolded for a second. Which is cool but scary how we can see what she's thinking sometimes now. It was the same as last time. After poems, we just chilled for a minute, And then the notes of the music just completely changed and was like out of tune. It was so chilling considering I'm already used to the original song. But realizing the distance, Natsuki and Yuri were low-key getting into it over the difference of their writing styles. And after a bit, they actually started like saying some serious shit, like, look at this, dude. I'll just let my reaction speak for itself.
Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. See, just think that was my point. Most people learn to get over this after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, it's not harassing others or second attitude. You can kind of balance your types of personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that. What? Oh, my bad. You already do. Yeah, go on. Let flow everything you really think. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me and she, oh my god. Flo, she's trying to make me look bad. How do I get judged? It's not like I'm thinking like. I have no idea what I'm picking.
But I just picked Yuri because I like her more.
What? Pick one! Ah! What the fuck? Oh!
Once again, Monica is just breaking the game, going ahead of the text. She told me that me and her should just go outside and wait for them to be done. Soon Natsuki ran out crying, so Yuri definitely did some shit, and I wasn't wrong, because I walked back in and Yuri's tweaking, talking about, I didn't mean it, rocking back and forth in her seat. But we forgave her because she didn't mean to, and Monica said that Natsuki would completely forget about it. Completely. It wouldn't have been weird if she didn't add that last part. Yuri wanted to stay after class one-on-one with me, and that was sorta cool, but Monica was cock blocking the whole time. And she goes, I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? And then in the middle of Yuri's sentence, the game glitches again and cuts straight to making the poem.
Oh, what the?
But something wasn't right this time.
What is that? Oh! Click something! Well, nah, I'm...
And at this point, I've lost it. Like, I'm sitting so far away from the screen just to be less scared. But anyways, me and Yuri were chatting up, and out of nowhere, Natsuki pulls up asking where Monica is. Totally ignoring her, Yuri apologized for yesterday and said she never meant the thing she said. But Natsuki, on the other hand, was acting like it never happened. Like she didn't even remember it. Said that Natsuki would completely forget about it. Shit. Me and Yuri were gonna hang out like usual, but she had to fill up the water pitcher so she could make tea for us. And she was taking an oddly long time. Like 10 minutes type of long time. So we went to go and check on her. And the first place we looked for was the water fountain. We heard weird sounds coming from the direction, and once we turned the corner, we holy fuck.
Oh, what the? It's reversing. Yo, this game is something else, bro.
Let me know the game just reversed itself, and everybody acts like it didn't even happen. So I fed chocolates to Yuri, and it's like I gave her a piece of tabs, cause off rip she pulled me up to my feet and brought me in the closet alone with her. She started breathing heavy as shit, but for the first time ever, Monica stepping in was actually a good thing because I didn't know how I would have handled that situation. But now we have to share poems. I first went to Monica, and instead of advice, she told me that I should stop being so close with Yuri. Not because I'm a problem, but when Yuri gets too excited, she hides and cuts herself. And me being around her is sorta enabling her. Which, you know, actually makes sense, Monica. Then she finally showed me her poem. So remember the poem called Save Me from the first version of the game? Well, it's still called Save Me, but at the end of the poem, instead of it saying load me, it says delete her. The amount of uneasiness I'm feeling is incomparable. She gave us that writing tip about saving our game again, and then she low-key clocked that she was talking to a real person and not just the main character of the game. She genuinely knows too much. And now Yuri. Fucking Yuri. But after that, she got flustered and the screen went black and showed me another secret poem. But I never understood this one, so if you want to read it, pause the video, dude. And once I got back into the game, the whole screen was red and I could barely hear the music. And for some reason, that actually scared me more than it should have.
Oh! What the fuck? So... No, bro, no. Oh! Oh my fucking god!
We finally got back to the regular game, and this time when Monica brought up the festival, everybody was not fucking with it because this was more of a hangout spot than a club in our eyes. Yuri and Natsuki got into another little scuffle because Natsuki made Monica sad and Natsuki ran off again. Monica mentioned how it feels like me and her are the only real people here, and she was telling me more, but the game literally cut her off mid-sentence and sent us to poem making. First thing I realized is now the number wasn't even going up for my poems, and then it was just adding a 1 every time I clicked. And then for the first time ever, I clicked a word and I could see Monica's head pop up from the bottom of the screen, which was weird because that never happened before. I showed Monica my poem first, and well, that's awkward, huh? And next I went to Natsuki, but this time she didn't even give me a poem. She gave me a letter telling me she was worried about Yuri and that Monica was just putting it off. So she wanted me to act like it was a good poem and walk away so Monica didn't think too much of it. And then her face went blank. I have no idea what to say anymore. She was hating on Yuri now, and then she was telling me I should be hanging out with Monica instead. But then the game kept saying just Monica, just Monica, just Monica, just Monica. It just kept going. I showed my poem to Yuri and she wanted to take it home. She loved it that much. And she also said she liked it so much she would do this. I know I like Yuri and all, but this is starting to get me uncomfortable. She showed me her poem and there was blood and she also pissed on it. And this time I just got a yes or no. I didn't even know what it was for, but I said yes anyways. Well, that's definitely the full image from earlier, and it's Sayori killing herself. We started talking about the festival again and who was going to do which job. And at this time, Monica told me I was going to work with her, which Yuri and Natsuki did not like. So they started fighting over who should have me work with them, and Natsuki dropped the F-bomb. And once again, they are going at it. But Monica just told me to make the damn choice, and when I was given the option, my cursor kept getting dragged back to Monica's name. But I ended up still clicking on Yuri, and she kind of forced me to pick her.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But Yuri threw a crazy fit about it and sort of told Monica to kill herself, and Monica decided to take Natsuki and just leave. So now I'm left alone in a classroom with just Yuri, so that's pretty concerning. She was talking for quite a while, beating around the bush on how she really liked me, but then she couldn't contain herself and let it all out.
I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica's listening. Please, Flo, just know how much I love you. I love you so much I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I'll only be yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Flo. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession?
Who? What? Woo!
This game is fucking tragic. The code broke so badly that nothing was being said, and all that was happening was the colors of the screen changing. But after like 2 minutes, the game returned back to usual even though Yuri was still dead. And Natsuki definitely realized that. But when Monica came in, she realized what had happened, and she hadn't realized the code broke that badly and said, just give me a sec. And in the top left, you can see her actively deleting Yuri and Natsuki straight from the game files. She restarted the game for like the 7th time in a row, and I mean, what did I even expect? At this point, she broke the 4th wall completely by saying, after all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him, I'm talking to you, Flo. Yeah, what the fuck? She talks about knowing that this is just a game and I'm a real person playing it, and that she's stuck in here no matter what. She says that I was supposed to know that too because it said on the game's actual description. And then when I checked, dude, the description was written by Monica. I mean, what the fuck? She told me she was the one that made Sayori more depressed and Yuri more crazy and hoped that they wouldn't confess their feelings. So this time she beats the system and asks us if we will love her, and only gives us the yes option. And of course she's so happy like she didn't rig it. And then this part genuinely had me tweaking for a second.
What the fuck?
She realized that I was recording her and said hi to everybody. Yeah, you guys. She also said she was gonna show everyone a trick, and then she got real close to the screen. I thought it was going to be a jump scare, but luckily for once she thought she could be a nice person.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done with you. I deleted her file from the game folders and it completely killed her. She tried pasting her character back in, but it was completely over. And with that, the main menu screen played again.
Oh my god.
The game ran completely the same as the first version, with the only difference being that Sayori was now the president of the club. And it finally felt good again to talk to Sayori, and then out of nowhere she thanked me. What for, you ask? For getting rid of Monica. How does she know that? She was so grateful that we got rid of her, but it's
Yeah,
like Monica was trying to fight back because somehow she still took over and realized that no literature club would be the best way to leave this game. And we finally said goodbye to our literature club. And in conclusion, it really was just Monica. Thank you guys for watching once again, and thank you for the massive support on the last video. I mean, you guys completely changed my mindset and mentality, and I'm just trying my best to lock in for y'all now. With that said and done, thank y'all for watching and all the way, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like for more. That's all I really gotta say. GG's, ball up top.
But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?